This video was sponsored by Enhance, Neowatt, A Better Road Planner, Elbilmek, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We're in Chiang Mai and tonight we're gonna test this. It's Tesla Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive Juniper. It's quite new and I want to know how efficient is it, because the rear-wheel drive should be more efficient than the all-wheel drive. So not that much new here, except for that we have now the 16-inch screen here that was introduced in the performance version. So yeah, I have now installed all this, well, not all, but some of the sexy stuff. We have the knob here. The commander's connected somewhere there. I have a button here for interior light and then opening here. You can configure these buttons to do a lot more. And also when you blink, that's a commander sexy thingy, you know. Yeah, I know that Model S and X will be discontinued, but I mean, they still exist for a long time. So it's still gonna be a sexy button for a long time because they still provide support for the old cars. But yeah, so the battery, maybe, oh yeah, this is a new feature, I see. I'm not sure when it came out. Dude, I need to buy a Tesla soon. That's my plan in Norway this year, so I can use more of the sexy features on a daily basis. But here we have this preconditioning thing here, and it now can show battery temperature there, but I can see more details here. 36.5 degrees. Yeah, I supercharged not long time ago, so I was thinking if it's too hot, then it will spend extra energy cooling. Well, I think 36 degrees is fine. Okay, anyway, let's reset some stuff and then off we go. All right, on the move. We are doing the 90 test first. 91 on the speed is 90 GPS speed. This is Tesla Precision. Yeah, so I forgot to navigate here to this waypoint there, right? Neck snapping fast, smooth, yeah. Also autopilot is doing a good job. We have the bumpy concrete surface here in Thailand. Yeah, I've seen why the reason for it being so bumpy is because another location where they were building something similar, some dude had this kind of spatula thing, almost a big one, smoothing out the road by hand. I'm like, damn, that's why it's so bumpy. But the the Juniper suspension is so nice and smooth, so you don't really feel too much of the bumpiness. And compared to the Model 3, yes, Juniper is of course slightly more boat, but still sporty when you toss it around corners, and actually feel like it's perfect for the Thai roads, man. And kind of funny because Thai people, they claim that the Thai roads, they are the best in the world. Do you guys agree? Any Germans here or French people here? But wow, you know, despite the rough-ish surface, this concrete surface, it's still nice and quiet in here. Juniper, man, or I mean Tesla, slowly improving everything with the car, also working on the comfort and the soundproofing. So yeah, really good. This is the first time I test Juniper on Thai roads, and it's approved. If it's approved over here, then it's also approved in Belgium and UK. Dude, the consumption was 124.9 watt-hour per kilometer. That is incredibly low. I've never seen any Model Y have that low consumption. It is a bit cold outside, only 19 degrees Celsius. What the heck, man? What kind of alien technology is this? And now in the high-speed test, yeah, 121 kilometers per hour. It's 120 GPS speed. Dude, are we gonna set another consumption record in the Model Y here? Wow, okay. Still 19 degrees. Well, I need to navigate here. Again, there, yeah, save it as favorite. Super convenient. It also syncs with my account to other cars, other Teslas, if I switch them, so. All right. And then how is the comfort now? Well, you can kind of just feel the shake and the bumpiness of the road. But I think that's a good thing, that you can actually feel the road. Some of the more boat cars, you just kind of floats over it. Here, okay, you still kind of floats over it versus the Model 3. Actually, I feel like the Juniper here has similar firmness as that Leapmotor C10 with a suspension tuned by Maserati. So yeah, I like it. Yeah. So if I would buy a car in Thailand with the Thai roads, I think I want to go for a Juniper, but then it's more expensive. Maybe I'll settle with a Highlander. Okay, this time was 173.3 watt-hour per kilometer. Wait, I don't remember. I think that's also pretty good for a Model Y. Still 19 degrees Celsius outside. But yeah, I see now that the battery temperature is 33 degrees Celsius. So if you see here, there's I need to show you. I'll go to knob, and then here I've set the preconditioning temp to be 37 degrees. Maybe we can test it. We navigate to Big C with the supercharger, but not to the supercharger. Recent, let me see, the Big C Extra. And then we see if we can hit there with 37 degrees Celsius, not 40 or whatever it wants to preheat to by default. Well, the battery is already kind of warm here, huh? 34.8 degrees. Okay, so if I do this, we got the knob and then twist it. Okay, now it turns red. So it gives feedback. Whatever the knob shows, it can show it briefly on the phone. So you have it closer to, actually on the windscreen, for example. Very convenient. So now it displays that it wants to preheat. Okay, inlet should start rising. It needs maybe 30 seconds to a minute to ramp up the heat production. Yeah, there you go. And then it should preheat, right? Well, I've been taking an extra loop now, so I can arrive at the supercharger with 10%. But this is strange, because at 36 degrees in the battery, it stopped preheating. At least the symbol went away, but the inlet is still kind of high-ish. So it's somehow feeding the battery and preheating it now to around 40 degrees after all. So it went past that target I set. But this is some kind of beta feature, so it might not work 100% yet. Right, we are at the supercharger now. This is the number you have to look at, not that number. I don't know what the heck that is, but 250 kilowatt is what goes into the battery. Wait, I believe. Yeah. Wow, that is schnell. But then the question is, how long do we keep that speed? Huh? I'm doing a charging test now to find out. Well, it seems like this charging curve is more or less the same as before, just slight variance. So yeah, no improvements there, even though it is the newer 82 kilowatt hour battery. But when it comes to range, wow, that is pretty good. We get over 600 kilometers of range in the 90 test, and then, well, almost 450 kilometers in the 120 test. So yeah, it is by far the best I have measured in the Model Y, when the Juniper is slightly more aerodynamic than the pre-Juniper. So yeah, maybe if I have the chance, I will test it in Norway. But it's also going to be interesting. In just a couple of days, I will do the Sunday drive. I drive from Cheongdao back to Bangkok. The Model 3 long-range river drive drove 904 kilometers. What about the Model Y? Can it at least go 800 kilometers? We'll find out. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.